Hello everybody, how is it going? We're playing Croc against the Katakuri. But this deck surprised me. It surprised me a lot. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably some of the most fun I've had in a while playing a deck. I think it's just because I missed blue. Because I used to, in OP01, I basically learned the game on Doflamingo. And dropped it later on for Red Green Law, but coming back to playing blue, Croc is super fun in this format and felt actually really strong. So yeah, going back to the game, turn 1 I had nothing, turn 2 Sentamaru, hit him, he gets a Parasparrow trigger, we get him right back with the 3000 Worlds trigger, that's funny, and I'd imagine he's going to swing with the Sanji here. We'll see. Yeah, it's this deck is interesting because it just kind of, it's like an amalgamation of all the good blue cards, and it works surprisingly well, and your late game is really good with your leader ability, and 3000 Worlds just existing is super strong. Gives you basically like a jet pistol, but instead of destroying it, you just send it to the bottom, which is arguably better, especially with cards like Parasparrow existing now. That when they would get popped, they would search, but no, that doesn't trigger it. Super cool stuff. But this turn, we just swing for 5. We're going to activate our Sentamaru. We see 4 Pacifistas, so we know none of them are in our life, so that's some information. I know I could look at my whole deck and figure out what's in my life, but that's a lot of effort, and I'm just playing on the sim, so not going to do all that. Definitely could, though. It is something to note. But he'll swing for 7 with his leader, and drop a cracker. We'll probably just 3000 Worlds it, because that sounds good. This deck is just so good at keeping you off of your board, basically. Especially into decks like Katakuri, that the only real way he cheats stuff out is through triggers. So, yeah, we're probably just going to go activate Sentamaru, grab another Pacifista, and 3000 Worlds the cracker. Looking so strong, looking so strong. I think this deck genuinely is strong. I need to play it a bit more, but I've only played 2 matches so far. You guys will see this one whenever it comes out, and I played against, I think, it was one of the red decks, I think. I can't quite remember now. But yeah, I wanted to give it a try just to see other stuff that I could potentially play in person. Because I have all the blue cards from, Doflamingo. All you really need from the new set is, like, Soga King, 3000 Worlds, and, I think that's really it. And Kaya, just being a good 2k counter. But we'll swing 5, we'll swing 6. This is our Mihawk turn, so we'll probably just take the Mihawk on the Parasparrow. Genuinely, I feel like blue into yellow, on paper, sounds bad. Just because, you aren't a super fast deck, you kind of control the tempo of the board, but you're not, hitting them 4 times a turn until like late game. It's not like Law where on your turn 3 or 4 you're hitting them with like 4 bodies, so definitely a bit slower. So in theory it should be good for yellow, but we've done really well at keeping him off his attackers early game, that if he starts dropping 10 drops now, we have a board established to kind of bully him and make sure he isn't able to keep playing them, Sadly, we can't go Mihawk into Mihawk because it feels like no real reason to just drop a Mihawk without bottom decking something. But we'll finally decide to swing with our Sentamaru. We probably won't need to summon any more Pacifistas. He'll take the 5k hit, and he'll get a cracker trigger, which is super strong. We'll probably want to deal with that, whether we 3000 Worlds it, or we just use our leader effect. See what I mean? It's just so good. It's like, oh, that would be a problem? Let me just remove that problem. It's just, oh man. This deck was so much fun to play. But he'll take the 9k swing and the 7k swing, I believe. So we can go like big on our leader if we want to try to take that last life. Alternatively, we probably want to get down like the Dofi blocker just to secure a bit of safety, because we know we're gonna deal with the cracker. We won't have to worry about that. But Big Mom is is always a problem, because countering out of a 12k is not something at least this hand can do. We're gonna bottom deck all that. Honestly, I don't even know what I was looking for. I feel like we're kind of established. So, at most, maybe like another blocker if we're worried about dying. But, yeah, we'll use Leader Effect, we'll bounce the Cracker, and then we'll swing for 8. I should have, probably swung first and then bounced it and stuff. Because I could have swung, then played Dofi, so I'd have the 4-rested Dawn. Not that I didn't with, like, the Dawn under the characters, but... yeah, probably misordered that a little bit. Could have got punished by, like, a Thunderbolt. But... the only card that would have, like, been able to kill me is, like, a Rusher. Or, like, a 7-cost Big Mom, but then I could have pretty easily countered out of a leader hit. So he goes 5 at or Sentamaru. I don't even have a 2k, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just let it go. Even then, I was kind of willing to let it go at that point. We only have one more Pacifista left in the deck, so it didn't feel worth not swinging with him at this point. He'll probably swing his Big Mom at one of our characters in an attempt to try to clear. But we'll just use our blocker there, and I'm going to assume he just drops another 10 cost here. And he does. Trashes my Soga King. Come on, man. At first, I thought Soga King was, like, kind of mid, just because he's a 7-cost 6k, but I never actually, like, realized that he has a 1k counter, which is, like, deceptively strong. Like, it's actually really good. So, card's definitely growing on me. Also, something I never realized is I thought Zeph, you know, the card you play in Nami, was a blocker for the longest time. Like... I don't know, I'm so used to like the 5-cost 6ks being blockers, but he just isn't. That was a random thing I realized. Maybe hinting at an upcoming video, but we'll go 7-7, then we'll swing 9, he'll take, and then we're just going to go big on the Mihawk, and he ends up scooping it up. Well, thank you guys for watching.